Should the Yankees sign Kyle Tucker? Do you guys think that Kyle Tucker is a good fit for the Yankees, that it would be a good move for them? You guys let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Now, Kyle Tucker last year for the Cubs had an okay season, kind of a down year for him, still had an 841 OPS, but that second half for Tucker was absolutely abysmal. It was terrible. That first half for Tucker basically put up MVP numbers. So let's go over that. Tucker, April through June. Month of April hit 279, 7 homers, 27 RBI with a 935 OPS. Month of May hit 287, 5 homers, 12 RBI with a 882 OPS. Month of June hit 311, 5 homers, 13 RBI and a 982 OPS. Like I said, MVP type numbers. Cubs fans were calling for them to extend Kyle Tucker. But let's look at what he did from July through September. July, he hit 218, 1 homer, 9 RBI with a 675 OPS. August, 244 batting average, 3 homers, 9 RBI, and a 735 OPS. Month of September, only played in 5 games. He dealt with an injury, hit 158, 1 homer, 3 RBI, and a 516 OPS. It almost feels like, hey, you know, I'm not accusing the Cubs of anything, but it kind of looks like a matter of that Kyle Tucker was hurt. Maybe there were some struggles in there that, you know, because you're not going to play at a high level the entire year. You're going to hit a slump here and there. But it could have been a combination of a slump and him being hurt, which led to having a poor July and an okay August. But let's face it, for Kyle Tucker, it wasn't a great one. And then, as I said, he missed a lot of time in September, only played in 5 games. But we have to look at it in this way, too. Look at his splits, home and away splits. At home at Wrigley Field, Tucker hit 236, 7 homers, 26 RBI, and a 747 OPS. Away, different numbers. Hit 292, 15 homers, 47 RBI, and a 923 OPS. Just a different player away from Wrigley as opposed to playing at Wrigley. Now, Cody Bellinger was very similar in 2024 with the Cubs. Cody with the Cubs at Wrigley hit 247, 8 homers, 32 RBI, and a 700 OPS. On the road, he performed much better, had a 797 OPS for the Cubs. But as we know, Cody Bellinger this year for the Yankees, this past year for the Yankees rather, crushed it at the stadium, had over 900 OPS. On the road, had like a 715 OPS, but crushed it at the stadium. And I think, in my opinion, Kyle Tucker would do the same thing. Most of his home runs, he pulled them. Right field, right center field. That would bode well for Yankee Stadium for Mr. Tucker. And I think the kind of year he had with those 22 homers, I think at the stadium, he becomes a 35-40 home run hitter. I really do. I really do. And just looking at the numbers, his home and away splits, I mean, guys, it's night and day. He hit 292 on the road with 15 homers. He hit twice as many homers as he did. He hit twice as many homers on the road as he did at home. What the heck are we talking about? And his OPS was like 130 points, 140 points higher on the road. Chicago wasn't the best fit for him. Now, how much is he going to cost? According to The Athletic, I believe it was Jim Bowden. According to The Athletic, he could cost you 10 years for $427 million. It's a lot of money, especially for Kyle Tucker. Now, if I'm the Yankees, I would try to spread that out a little more. If he wants 427, okay. But maybe sign him 427 for 10 years. For 12 years, which instead of almost a $43 million AAV, that brings it down to a $35 million AAV, which I would feel much more comfortable with that. However, is Kyle Tucker, number one, worth all of that money when you probably could get Cody Bellinger for less years and less money? Cody last year for the Yankees had such a wonderful season. 29 homers, 98 RBI. He was 1 homer and 2 RBI away from being a 30-100 guy. I love having those on the team. And he was such a valuable outfielder for the Yankees, especially on the corners. In left, he was tremendous. In right field, he was even better. In center field, though, where you would probably have to play Cody Bellinger this year or in 2026 and beyond, because he's a lot better on the corners. In center, he wasn't that great. A -3 defensive run saved, a -1 outs above average. He wasn't that great in center. So if you're going to have Cody Bellinger, you might as well play him in the corners, on the corners. But Judge is over there and right. Now, Giancarlo Stanton has 2 more years left. He's gone in 2 years. You can move Aaron Judge to DH full time because you want to preserve Aaron Judge. And then Cody Bellinger, right field is his for the duration of his contract. So that's not a bad move, but Kyle Tucker, number one, is he the better offensive player? Yeah, he is. And on the road this year, he was tremendous. His OPS was higher than Cody's. His OPS plus higher than Cody's. Cody had like an 813 OPS. Kyle Tucker, an 841 OPS. Cody had I believe, a 125 OPS plus. Kyle Tucker, 143 OPS plus. Just a better offensive player. Now, no shade against Cody. I love Cody. I thought Cody was a tremendous fit. I hope Cody comes back. I really hope there's a world where you could bring in Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker. I really hope that could be possible. I don't know if the Yankees are going to want to spend that kind of money on two guys, but I think that would make the most sense. Because Cody, he could play first base. Yes, he only played 26 innings over there at first base last year for the Yankees, but he came up as a first baseman. He's a natural first baseman, plays the outfield great, but he could play first base if you need him to. Now, all in all, who should the Yankees get? Should the Yankees just focus on Cody and bring him in? He'll be less money. We know how well he played here. We assume he wants to be here. Or would you rather Kyle Tucker, who is the superior offensive player? He is. There's no debate. He's better than Cody Bellinger. It's just a fact. But is he worth that kind of money? Like I said, if he needs that 427, and if all you need to do is give Kyle Tucker that 427, maybe you try to give him an even longer deal, but the guy's going to be 29 years old come opening day or close to it. So would you be okay with throwing Kyle Tucker a 12-year deal? There's a lot of questions that the Yankees are going to have to answer with this if they do pursue Kyle Tucker. That's why it might just be easier to go and get Cody. It might just be easier that way because you're not committing the amount of years and money to Cody as you would to Kyle Tucker. You're just not. But Kyle Tucker, a tremendous bat. I think he's a fit here. I do. If Cody's a fit, Tucker's a fit. That's it. And the Yankees, whether they bring Cody back or not, they need somebody in center field. It doesn't matter. Cody's not our center fielder. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be. He should be playing in left. Now, I love the argument. Dominguez, if he wasn't that good in left, what makes you think he'll be good in center? He played center field most of his professional career. We know what he is in left. Just try him in center, see what happens. That's what you basically did last year with left field. You tried him in left and to see what happens, to see how good he would be. And if freaking was not very good. What's the difference? Now you switch him to a position where he's played his entire professional career in center. See how he does. If he stinks, he stinks. He stinks in left. So if he stinks, he stinks. No difference. Except you have an exceptional left fielder in Cody Bellinger. Or if you bring in Tucker, he can play left. Don't tell me Tucker can't play left. He can play left. He can play it fine. He can play left just as good as he plays right. And he's an okay right fielder. He's not the best. It's not the best either, but he could play left. And with that kind of bat that Tucker possesses, I don't really understand how you wouldn't want a guy like Kyle Tucker in pinstripes. I want him. It just has to make sense. We'll see what the Yankees do, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Kyle Tucker is a good fit here or not? I want to know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.